Donald Trump, would back Putin 100% over Syria but comes under fire at Republican presidential debate. The billionaire businessman was accused of failing to understand how the real world works, after saying he would back the Russian president 100%. United States presidential race frontrunner Donald Trump came under fire from his fellow Republican candidates last night over his views on Syria and Vladimir Putin. The billionaire mogul was accused of failing to grasp how the real world works, with his simplistic and unrealistic opinions on the crisis in the Middle East. Trump, who has led opinion polls in the 2016 Republican race for months, praised Putin's efforts to fight Islamic State militants and said he would back the Russian leader 100% in that effort. "If Putin wants to go and knock the hell out of ISIS, I'm all for it, 100%, and I can't understand how anybody would be against it," Trump said during the fourth Republican presidential debate. "We have to get smart. We can't continue to be the policemen of the world," Trump said, adding that the possible bombing of a Russian plane by militants meant he cannot be in love with these people. "He's going in and we can go in." But rival Jeb Bush, a former Florida governor, leaped to question Trump's understanding of the conflict, saying the businessman was wrong on this. "We're not going to be the world's policemen, but we sure as heck better be the world's leader," Bush said, saying Trump's views of Putin and his policies in Syria were like a board game. "That's like playing Monopoly or something. That's not how the real world works." Other Republican contenders had few kind things to say about Putin. "Mr. Trump ought to know that we should not speak to people from a position of weakness," said former business executive Carly Fiorina. "I've never met Vladimir Putin, but I know enough about him to know that he's a gangster," U.S. Senator Marco Rubio of Florida said. Trump also came under fire for his immigration plan, which would build a wall on the border with Mexico and round up and deport undocumented immigrants. Ohio Governor John Kasich and Bush both criticized Trump's plan, which many Republicans fear will alienate Hispanic voters who are vital to winning the November 2016 election. "That's the problem with this. We need to win the presidency, and the way you win the presidency is to have practical plans," Bush said, adding Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton's staff was high-fiving over the proposal. A Clinton campaign spokesman, Brian Fallon, tweeted during the debate that, "We actually are doing high fives right now." Trump and Kasich also clashed after Kasich told the flamboyant billionaire that, "False little things, sir, they really don't work when it comes to the truth." Trump replied that he had built a company with billions of dollars. "I don't have to hear from this man, believe me," he said of Kasich, drawing bars from the crowd. The debate comes at a critical time in the race for the Republican nomination, with retired neurosurgeon Ben Carson and Trump fighting to hold their spot atop polls and Rubio trying to build on the momentum of his last strong debate performance.